12-year-old Malik Williams stood in the middle of his small bedroom, staring at a photo of his mom. Her warm smile seemed frozen in time, a stark contrast to the heavy silence that had settled in their home. It had been 6 months since cancer took her away, and the hole in Malik's heart felt as fresh as the day she passed. Every corner of the house echoed with her absence, the scent of her perfume, the sound of her laughter, the way she used to kiss him on the forehead every night before bed. Now, everything was different. "Malik, come downstairs. We need to talk," his dad's voice called up. Malik sighed heavily, dragging his feet as he made his way down the creaky staircase. In the living room, his dad, Marcus, sat on the edge of the couch, nervously tapping his fingers on his knee. Beside him was a woman Malik barely knew but already disliked, Monique, his dad's new wife. Her long braided hair fell over her shoulders, and her bright smile seemed forced, at least to Malik. To him, she was an intruder, a stranger trying to replace his mom. "Malik," his dad began, clearing his throat, "I know things have been hard lately. Monique and I want to help you feel more comfortable." Malik crossed his arms, his jaw tightening. "I'm fine." Monique leaned forward. "Malik, I know I'm not your mom. I'm not trying to be her. But I want us to be a family. Maybe we can." "You're not my family," Malik snapped, cutting her off. He stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind him. Upstairs, tears streamed down his face. He clutched his mom's photo to his chest, whispering, "I miss you, Mom. Why did you have to leave?" Days turned into weeks, and the tension in the Williams household grew thicker. Monique tried her best to connect with Malik, but every effort was met with resistance. She cooked his favorite meals, but he refused to eat with her. She offered to help with his homework, but he locked himself in his room. One evening, Malik's dad confronted him. "Malik, enough is enough. Monique is my wife, and she's here to stay. You don't have to like her, but you will respect her." Malik glared at his father, his voice shaking with anger. "You don't even care about Mom anymore. You replaced her like she was nothing." Marcus's face softened, pain flickering in his eyes. "Son, no one could ever replace your mom. I loved her with all my heart, just like I love you. But life goes on, and we have to find a way to keep living. Monique isn't trying to take your mom's place." Malik said nothing, storming back to his room. That night, he lay awake, staring at the ceiling. His dad's words echoed in his mind, but his heart refused to accept them. One rainy Saturday, Malik found himself stuck at home with Monique while his dad was at work. He stayed in his room for most of the morning, but hunger eventually forced him downstairs. In the kitchen, Monique was baking cookies. The sweet aroma filled the air, reminding Malik of the times he and his mom used to bake together. He lingered in the doorway, watching her. "Want to help?" Monique asked, her voice gentle. Malik hesitated before shrugging. "Whatever." He shuffled over to the counter, and Monique handed him a spoon. "Here, stir this for me." As they worked side by side, Monique started telling stories about her childhood. She talked about growing up in Atlanta, her love for art, and the time she accidentally dyed her hair green before prom. Malik found himself laughing despite himself. When the cookies were done, they sat at the table, eating in silence. For the first time, Malik felt a small crack in the wall he'd built around himself. A few weeks later, Malik came home from school to find Monique in the living room, painting on a large canvas. Curious, he walked over. "What are you doing?" he asked. "Trying to finish this piece for an art show next month," Monique replied, her brush moving smoothly across the canvas. The painting was a vibrant mix of colors, depicting a woman standing in a field of flowers. "That's really good," Malik admitted. Monique smiled. "Thanks. Want to try?" Malik shook his head. "I'm not good at art." "Neither was I when I started," Monique said. "But art isn't about being perfect. It's about expressing yourself." Reluctantly, Malik picked up a brush. As he painted, he felt a sense of calm wash over him. For the first time in months, the heaviness in his chest seemed to lift. Over time, Malik and Monique began spending more time together. She taught him how to paint, and he showed her how to play video games. They still had their disagreements, but the tension between them slowly faded. One evening, Malik found Monique sitting on the porch, looking at the stars. He joined her, sitting quietly for a moment before speaking. "I'm sorry for how I've been acting," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "It's just, I miss Mom so much." Monique placed a hand on his shoulder. "I miss her too, Malik. I never met her, but I know she was an incredible woman, and I know she'd be proud of you." Tears filled Malik's eyes. "Do you really think so?" "I know so," Monique said firmly. "And I'm here for you no matter what. We're in this together." In that moment, something shifted in Malik. For the first time, he saw Monique not as an intruder, but as someone who genuinely cared for him. Months turned into a year, and the Williams family found a new rhythm. Malik still missed his mom every day, but he learned that opening his heart to Monique didn't mean forgetting her. It meant honoring her memory by embracing the love that was still around him. At the art show, Malik and Monique stood side by side, admiring their paintings displayed together. His dad beamed with pride, snapping photos of them. "You've got talent, son," Marcus said, ruffling Malik's hair. Malik smiled, feeling a warmth he hadn't felt in a long time. For the first time since his mom's passing, he felt like he had a family again, and he knew his mom would be smiling down on him, proud of the boy who learned to love again. Thank you for listening to this heartwarming story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring tales. And share this story with someone who might need a little encouragement today. See you in the next story.